everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
Another day, another story surrounding Sweet Baby Inc. and the disaster going on within the games journalist industry, the mainstream games journalist industry, because they are all melting down. This Sweet Baby Inc. story has really exposed a lot of people, and it's opening a lot of people's eyes up to what has been going on for a long time. The modern gaming industry is a complete and total disaster. It's a shit show. And there's a lot of reasons as to why that's happening. But having consultant companies come into the fold, then destroying these games with nonsense that has nothing to do with video games has been a pretty big piece to that puzzle. Now, Sweet Baby Inc. is not the primary problem there. They're a small piece to a much bigger puzzle, but all of this surrounding Sweet Baby Inc. has been very detrimental to the games industry and games journalists, and it's really been fun to watch. Now, we've got this article that kind of really got everything popping off to the next level, which is Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't do what some gamers think it does. This is from Kotaku, and this was where you really started to see the shill media start to protect the social justice consultant group right there, and everyone knew this was coming because this is exactly what happened when it was Disney Star Wars or the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or when the comics got overrun with this shit. Now, again, gaming is not new to the culture war. I know that's breaking news to someone like Dan Bask, but gaming is not new to the culture war. But this story right here has really opened the conversation back up and opened it in a brand new way. And we're going to get further into it. Now, of course, their garbage article here, we countered that article over on geeksgamers.com. Sweet Baby Inc. does exactly what gamers think they do, because if they're going to sit there and just put that bullshit out there, then we're going to counter it with the truth. And the truth is gamers know exactly what's going on, and we're not going to let these mainstream sites spin and twist that narrative into the lies that they have always done. So I'm really happy that we are doing that on geeksgamers.com, and we're going to continue to do that, and thank you all for your support. Now, we also have an interview over on geeksgamers.com with the creator of the Sweet Baby Inc. detector, Cabrutus, and Alex, our editor-in-chief, carried out that interview, and there's some really good stuff in there. We're going to talk about that. More people are getting involved with this. This is one of my daily viewing channels. I watch RGT85 all the time, and RGT85 has a fantastic video on the Sweet Baby Inc. Situation.
And I'm probably going to burn some bridges with industry friends, because unfortunately I have to call some of them out, but hey.
And he's not someone that typically covers a lot of the stuff that I would cover. He does. There is some carryover there, but he tends to stay out of a lot of the stuff that I cover. So I'm happy that he is covering it, and it's a really good video. So I would suggest that you go over there and check that out. We've even got Asmongold, who's covered multiple times now, done reactions, and this video was actually trending on YouTube. No, there it is, 17 on trending for gaming. So this is number 17 on trending for gaming right now.
But randomly, for no reason at all, there just happens to be a black girl in this same giant race. Of course, it was done for representational purposes and likely was pushed by Sweet Baby from the get-go in order to ensure there was some diversity in the game.
And, you know, it's like an hour-long video that he's reacting to, which I might take a look at as well, because it's a really good breakdown. Sweet Baby Inc. panics as their secret gets exposed. Everyone is talking about this, everyone, and it needs to be discussed. Now, here's the clown that wrote the article for Kotaku, and she says, just a reminder that you can't win with conspiracy theorists who live in echo chambers. You post a screenshot of a death threat, they want more information. Yet the same people who are claiming I'm faking it are accusing me of trying to dox an entire community. Make up your mind. So right on point when you spew lies, when you spew nonsense, when you attack people, and then you get piled on by the internet. Of course, we all know the song and dance. Got to pull the whole, oh, I'm getting death threats. Well, no one's saying that death threats are okay. They're not. But don't act like you're special. You're not the only one that gets them. It happens. It needs to be dealt with. But the problem with these leftists is they pretend that they're the only ones that get them. They're the only ones. And the whole point behind that is to paint a toxic, racist narrative around the people that they are criticizing. The reality of it is it happens to everybody. It doesn't make it right. but it also doesn't make it isolated to one group of people or one ideology or anything like that. But this is what these leftists do every single time. Alyssa's having it out with Grums as well. Right here, so the Kotaku cancel pig editor started following me. I wonder why. Hit piece coming. I followed her back. I'm pending approval. Think I'll get it?
And it's gone.
And then he says, and it's gone. She just unprivated and unfollowed me. This is like a grade school crush. We've got this Brutus talking about Alex Gurzo and his interview he had on geeksgamers.com, which I do appreciate that. He said, I know I'm always bashing journalists here, which is well-deserved. But the fact is there are still actually good journalists out there like Alex Gurzo, who is the guy who interviewed me, who wrote this awesome article, for example. And that is our editor-in-chief, Alex, over on geeksgamers.com. Alyssa says, getting a lot of emails about this, and yes, I'm available to talk to your podcast streams. Unless you're a loser, then I will not.
Bye, Felicia.
This clown right here, this is turning into the next Frost right here. We are looking at the next version of Frost.
Sexism in gaming. In joining G4,
this is not where I thought we were going, but I'm here.
I had no idea.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Now, Alyssa had posted a picture the other day of her just standing there smiling, saying, all my haters are mad and I'm just loving life. And then not long after that, privated her entire Twitter account. Classic Frost move right there. And this is the level of arrogance that we saw with Frost after the G4 rant, after Frost said that the PlayStation was a dead man walking and that the Xbox was going to destroy the PlayStation. This was like several years ago that Frost said this. A lot of gamers came out and said, what the hell are you talking about? You don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know anything about gaming. That's literally what happens to every single person that says anything on the internet. It doesn't really matter what your take is. Some takes are obviously worse than others, but on the internet, any take is going to get you some level of criticism. Welcome to the internet. Well, when you say something as dumb as Frost did, you're clearly going to get a lot of criticism, and that's what led to Frost and the infamous or famous, however you want to look at it, rant about sexism in gaming. That's what led to it, because Frost said something incredibly dumb, and the internet challenged her, destroyed her, and she claimed sexism, and then it spiraled out of control.
I'm not as bangable as the previous host.
This situation with this Kotaku writer, it's not getting any better. It's continuing to get worse, and it's glorious to watch. So over here on geeksgamers.com, we have this article written by Alex, and this is an interview with the Sweet Baby Inc. detective curator, Kabrutus. It says, today, the creator of Sweet Baby Inc., Detective Kabrutus, spoke with me about the media backlash, Sweet Baby Inc.'s bullying tactics, and what inspired him to start his curator. Right here at the time of this screenshot, 214,000 followers and counting. All this did was brought all of the games that Sweet Baby Inc. was involved in and showed everyone this was publicly available information. And yet they got really mad when he put this together. Says a lot about them, doesn't it? Says a lot about them. Alex says, what are your impressions of Sweet Baby Inc. and its role in game development? Is the Kotaku article accurate? Kabruta says, I don't think the article is accurate at all. First, it says that we are harassing Sweet Baby Inc., when in fact, it was Sweet Baby Inc. employee who tried to start a harassment campaign against me. Also, SBI forces political agendas and DEI into their games. It's pretty clear to everybody at this point, yet the same article tries to say that they simply do not. That all of this diversity stuff in games is actually natural. This couldn't be further from the truth. And then Alex says, what made you take notice of Sweet Baby Inc.? Did it start with Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League? Kabruta says, actually, it was a few months before the release of Suicide Squad. I started noticing patterns in some games, like ugly women and male characters being weakened to make female ones look stronger. The first game that Sweet Baby Inc. worked on where I noticed this kind of stuff was God of War Ragnarok. I think anyone who played God of War 3, one of the greatest games of all time, would find it really weird that Kratos decides to spare Thor and says, we must be better. That simply didn't fit the character. When did you start the Sweet Baby Ink Detector Curator? The exact date was January 29th, 2024. Alex says, just before the Suicide Squad released. Yeah, Suicide Squad was the game that inspired me to start it, and it wasn't the first game Sweet Baby Ink involvement that I took notice of, but it's definitely the game that inspired me to start the Curator page.
Congratulations.
What about this game pushed you to do it? Cabruta says, I saw a lot of people angry with the game, with that game on its community hub on the Steam forums and Twitter, so I started thinking of doing something about it. Then I remembered the De Nouveau curator I'd followed a few months earlier, started thinking of doing something about it, something to help the gaming community organize and make a stand against Sweet Baby Inc. and this curator of their and this culture of theirs. So I went to paint, made the first logo in like 3 minutes, Googled how to create a curator page on Steam, and did it.
Let's fucking go!
Alex says, did you think it would be as popular as it is? Cabruta says, no. That request to mass report you clearly didn't work, but are you aware of anyone reporting you? Did you or the curator get any blowback? There are lots of bad actors trying to jeopardize the Steam group and the Discord server, that's for sure. But other than Sweet Baby Inc. employees who tried to start the harassment campaign against me, no. That's good to hear. It's also kind of hilarious that it went nowhere. Is there anything else you'd like to say? And Cabruta says, this is a message for any game developers reading this. Do not fear people like Sweet Baby Inc. They are weak and they cannot do anything against us. All they can do is scream and point their finger. Nothing more than that. Care about your fan base. Care about your players. Well said. So I spoke with Cabruta a little bit as well, and just genuinely cares about the gaming industry and cares about games getting back on track and getting away from this DEI bullshit. Just, we want games to be fun. We want male characters to be male characters and female characters to be female characters. You don't need to unnaturally put anything in there that doesn't complement the story. No one cares about diversity positively or negatively. They just care about good characters and good stories. That's it. End of discussion. So it's really cool. Again, thank you to Cabruta for that interview, and great job to Alex, our editor-in-chief, for putting that together. And again, it will be linked in the description if you guys want to check out that and share that out. Really good stuff. But like I said, when you have people like RGT85, when you have Asmongold and so many others that are waking up and talking about this thing, it's just going to get more people involved with the situation. Sweet Baby Inc. is not the primary problem. It's one small piece to a much bigger puzzle. And the more that we talk about it, the more that we can cover things and counter things that are out there. We have to do that. So again, I'm very proud that Kotaku put this trash out. Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't do what some gamers think it does, and we counter it with Sweet Baby Inc. does exactly what gamers think they do, and we're going to have to continue to do this. But as we do this, we're going to need the support, because I'm ready to go to war with all of these fucking websites. I'm sick and tired of their lies and their bullshit. And that's not the only thing we're going to do on geeksandgamers.com. We're also just going to give you honest opinions, honest feedback, reviews, updates, things like that. But when shit hits the fan, we are not going to be scared to go toe-to-toe with these clowns. I'm sick and tired of their bullshit. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.